Hi, I'm Dominic. Thanks for watching Dominic's Woodwerks, and this is a project that has been sitting on my shelf for I think over a year now, ever since Zac Higgins from NV Woodwerks sent me some of his Alumilite casting blanks, turning blanks, castings to work with. And first I didn't get around to it because I didn't dare actually cut them up for fear of ruining them, and then there was something missing for me, but it finally all came together when I decided to make, drumroll, anyone? A tealight holder!
A few words on Zac. In recent years there has been a slew of casting shows that have been unleashed on TV, but the best one is still what Zac does on his channel. Granted, top models or bachelors do not get raison on a bandsaw. Actually, you might ask yourself why I'm telling you this, while I should be telling you about this quick and dirty serial clearance insert from a scrap piece of particle board, or how my bandsaw blade was lacking tension or guidance at the time, but, well, there is no point, since after I tried sanding the first resort piece, first on sandpaper, then with the random orbital, I decided to take it to the table saw using my sled. At the very least, the cut is a lot faster than on my bandsaw, despite the larger curve and thus increased loss of cool material. Models and bachelors do not get brutally clamped to a wooden contraption to be pushed into a spinning saw blade either. This sled probably did not expect it either, but for wood in a wood shop, this is a normal occupational hazard. I cut it up in segments to make a ring, and having the slot alternate a little was a core part of my design from even before the very start and has nothing to do with a nasty surprise when dry fitting it. People participating in casting shows usually do not have to be ready for being suddenly smeared with glue and then being herded into a ring of 6 and held in that position with rubber bands. I do use a random orbital sander to flatten the cut faces of the Alumilite participants, and I believe that using the table saw did save me a lot of time here. From now on, let it be known that I broke my buffing reel out and in for this project, and using it gave the pieces a good sheen already, even though this is supposed to be the coarser one of the pair that I got. So nice a sheen, in fact, that I decided to leave it at that. Now, unlike would-be cooks and could-be singers, the Alumilite blades get their feet wet with epoxy and are stuck into the slots of the tealight ring.
And this could be the final result, except that, well, I didn't quite manage or take care or whatever to put these in a good position. This one is too far in, this is too far out, and the reason for that is that I have different thicknesses for not paying attention when I did this, and the cuts here were too wide, and I think I need to do a little more work on this one. Just let it simmer for a bit.
Why am I going on about casting shows when I wanted to talk about Zac's work? Well, head over to his channel and figure it out for yourself. Let me just tell you that he treats his contestants well and never scripts anything to make one look mean or another more lovable in order to manipulate the audience. He does cut, turn and impale them to make pans and the like, but he does it with respect and humility. Alumilite cares about such things.
You can probably tell that there's still a bit of a problem, and it's basically the pieces that have wood in it. Zac does these castings with the participation of wood, I think sagebrush or... well, I know he casts sagebrush, but I don't know whether that's both that stuff. And I did a test piece here and I overdid it a little with the heat and the bending, and it came apart at the seams between Alumilite and wood, which is, I think, to be expected. So in effect, what you have here is a nicely curved one, and if all of those were like this, it would probably look great. Or at least good. But the ones with the wood in it, they can't bend as easily, or they will bend, but only in this portion where there's Alumilite all the way through. And I didn't want to risk that. because now you have the backside with the 3 wooden pieces, which don't let that much light through from the potential tea light anyway, and you have a front with the complete clear pieces. The snag though is that I also have a wooden piece here. If I could replace this one with an all Alumilite one and then bend those ones outward, then it would look good, because I have 2 bent and 4 rigid, but anyway, as a proof of concept it works great, and as a project it does too. Once again, thanks a lot Zac. He's, at least as far as I know, doing the best casting show out there, treating his castings with respect and not shouting at them while they're on stage and all that. And also thanks for sending me these to work with. It just took a few years or something. Thanks for watching. Please head over to Zac's channel and subscribe to him. And just in case you haven't, also subscribe to me, please. And, as always, remember to be inspired. Wait. 1 second. Yes, I ran out of tea lights and improvised with a lighter, but you get the picture. This is a test piece I hot aired.